Jackie Chan. Everyone loves Jackie Chan, right? Now, I'm going to be the first to admit that I've been pretty critical of Jackie Chan's last handful of action movies, especially the ones that have come out of mainland China. And with the exception of The Foreigner, which wasn't made in China, they've been pretty lackluster. So, with a bit of surprise and a bit of trepidation, I approached this movie called Ride On, wondering if it was classic Jackie or the new Jackie. First, let's check out what it's about. A washed-up stuntman and his horse live in China's movie city, where they struggle to make ends meet by selling photographs of the horse in various costumes to tourists. One day he served with legal documents to reclaim his horse as payment of a debt owed by the company the horse's mother belonged to. Hoping for a resolution, he turns to his estranged daughter and her lawyer boyfriend for help, at the same time also resurrecting his career as a stuntman after successfully pulling off a dangerous stunt on a film set. He manages to mend this relationship with his daughter, but a series of challenges threatens this fragile development until he can come to the realization about what's most important to him. So I want to do this review a little differently, because firstly, the main thing you're going to want to know, is the movie good and is it worth watching? And I think the answer is a resounding yes. The movie is good, and yes, it is worth watching. And there's a few reasons for that. If you're a nostalgic Jackie Chan fan, and I'm talking the 70s, 80s, early 90s movies, this movie's going to tug at your heartstrings, and in a completely different way than what you're expecting. So I've read a couple of reviews about this movie before I tackled to do my own. And they're not going to influence what I'm going to say to you right now. But something that people did notice is that, yes, it's a very emotional movie, but a lot of people are saying it's emotional if you're a pet owner. And I'm looking at this movie a bit differently, because there's a lot here that reflects Jackie's life. And the reason it makes that clear is because there's quite a few scenes in the movie that emphasize this. But when Jackie's character, Master Law, is talking about his past as a stuntman, we're seeing footage of Jackie Chan movies. We're seeing a lot of footage of Police Story. And in fact, this movie seems to be built around the events of Police Story, because it's used quite a lot. There's footage of the stunts that he did in Police Story, and there's even a really great scene where Jackie's meeting his he's meeting the parents of his future son-in-law. And when they ask him what kind of work he does as a stuntman, he essentially describes all the stunts that he does in Police Story to them. And it's very obvious if you're a Police Story fan. This is Jackie Chan talking to someone else, not the audience. This is Jackie talking to his family, this movie. And again, this is my interpretation of this. I might be completely wrong. But how I felt while watching this movie is that we know in real life Jackie Chan has a daughter that I believe he doesn't see or he has no involvement with. And I believe that component is handled by Lu Xiaohan's character being the lawyer, and how he probably wishes he had a relationship with her. Let's hope that's true. At the same time, the horse represents JC Chan. And there's a really great scene later in the movie where the horse is in a trailer that looks like a prison. And all the lines that are said are very, very reflective of what would happen if the son had gone to prison, and the kind of things that Jackie now has to do in order to make movies again in China. And there's been a lot of talk about why Jackie's old Hong Kong movies are just nothing like the stuff that he's making in China now. And again, that's also touched on in the movie as well. But I felt like I had to say this, that it looked like the two main characters in this movie, other than Jackie, the daughter and the horse, are reflections of his real life children. And there's also an element of regret here that you can see through Jackie's character. And an element of the filmmaking technique and how things have evolved, and how the old stuntmen are no longer part of the industry like they used to be. How everything's being replaced with CGI. And it's been replaced with safe stunts. Not the stuff that Jackie did that we all fell in love with, where, we're probably really lucky that he's still alive after some of the stuff that he did. And this movie takes that, and it's essentially him telling the audience, this is what's happened to me. This is why things are happening the way they're happening now. But I felt while watching it, it's still Jackie saying, I love you to the audience and saying, stick with me because I'm trying not to do the wrong thing. And I still remember all the things that you guys fell in love with me about. And so initially when you watch the first trailer for Ride On, you're thinking this is just some silly drama film. This has nothing to do with the Jackie Chan that we love. But watch it because it has everything to do with the Jackie Chan that you love. It has his stunts. Admittedly, it's pretty obvious that he's using a stunt double, and there's a lot of CGI in the movie. And it probably makes no secret that it's using CGI because it essentially tells you when he meets Wu Jing's character and they talk about making movies together that they're using CGI. And then in the end, where you got your classic Jackie Chan outtakes, you can see that there was CGI used. So he's not hiding that from the audience, but he's essentially saying, I'm still Jackie Chan. And that's what I took away from this movie. I loved it. I recommend you should watch Ride On. I'm going to probably go with the green and give it 4 stars out of 5. This is the best Jackie Chan movie in a long time, since The Foreigner. And it'll make you remember why you like Jackie in the first place. So watch it as soon as you get a chance. Please press like if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed this review, and press like if you enjoyed watching Ride On. If you're expecting Police Story, the remake with explosions and super stunts, you're not getting it here. You're getting real Jackie Chan. So enjoy. I'll catch you in the next video review.